Why would you grab your phone first thing in the morning, Jeffrey? Look at this guy. His name is Jeffrey and we do not want to be anything like him anymore. Jeffrey wakes up late and the first thing that he does is grab his phone, go through all of his notifications, and then he spends over an hour scrolling through Instagram, TikTok. Oh my god, bro. Jeffrey has Snapchat streaks. Bro, deadass. If you've been fucking sending the streaks with like fucking emojis to people like, well, we've got to keep up the emojis, otherwise our friendship is no. Oh my god. If you start your day off exactly like Jeffrey, you'll end up exactly like Jeffrey. And the rest of Jeffrey's life is not somewhere that you want to be. Just look at him. Disgusting. Adonis. As soon as the beautiful sunrise hits Adonis's closed eyes, he opens. He's ready for action. He sprints out of his cave and he wakes up his brothers. It is time to hunt. He leads them through the jungle, up a hill, and underneath a great fallen tree. Adonis et al. Slay the mighty boar and bring it back to the tribe. All before the rest of the tribe members have woken up. What a productive morning, Adonis. This is why you are our leader after all. Okay, I want to give you a realistic morning routine that's going to be productive enough that you'll literally see some real changes after just 1 or 2 weeks. This morning routine is kind of like for the guys who have never really had a morning routine before and you want to start at like level 1. And it's actually the morning routine that I put myself onto exactly 2 years ago in May 2020, which was the worst period of my life. I was doing pretty much all of the bad habits that you could think of. I remember my mental health was so, like, this was before I really understood mental health, before I really knew it was like a thing. But when I look back now, I had such high levels of anxiety and depression. Like, I literally had such a nihilistic view to the world. I had just graduated from university and it was like the first time that I was working like real like adult jobs. That was very depressing, like going, you know, waking up early, then going to work and like working in like an office and not exactly like fitting in or anything, then coming back home after a full day of work. I would wake up in darkness, spend all day there, come back in darkness, so I wouldn't even see sunlight for the entire day. All day to make like 64 pounds. I've told this story a lot on my channel, that there was a particular part of my commute. It was kind of like a shortcut that you could take, but it was so dark there, like there was no street lights, so you had to like shine the torch on your phone. There was literally quite a few nights that I would turn the torch off and just walk forward in darkness and literally just burst into f***ing tears. Like, I couldn't even believe that this was the life that I was living. Just a year or 2 years before that point, I was at the height of my life. I had been going to the gym consistently for years and I was going like partying so often and I was getting girls and I had made a new friendship group, so I felt so awesome. But my life went down and down and down. And so at this dark point of my life, I was smoking weed all day, every day when I wasn't in work. All I would do once I finished work and I got back home for like 7 p.m, I would smoke for like 3 hours and then go to bed just to repeat the day again. Eat shit food, and you know, when you feel like stressed from like work and you don't have much time, so I'd be ordering food, eating dessert and stuff. And what once meant so much to me, like my physique meant so much to me, started going downhill. That's such a painful realization when you look at yourself in the mirror and you can see that your weak actions, your like easy choices today are leading to like a physique that you're no longer proud of. I was down bad, really down bad. What was really weird about this time was that I was living with a girl that I was dating. So me and her were really close. We lived together. We had an apartment together. I remember I would go like days without having sex with her. Instead of sleeping with her, I would literally like go to the computer room and jack off instead. Like, that's how f***ing down bad I was. There was a random moments when I would see these videos about like morning routines, and you know, it's always that like high level productivity, like wake up at 5 a.m. and everything, and like, you know, exercise and do this and do this. They really motivated me watching someone do that, and I really wanted to as well. But I could never stay consistent because it was too unrealistic for me at that point. You've got to understand that your efforts to improve yourself, to get yourself out of a rut, like if you're feeling down bad right now, you can't go and do like that ultimate level that someone who's been disciplined for so long can. You have to start at level 1. And so the level 1 morning routine that I set for myself is as follows. And I think if you can relate to the story I've just told, really going on to this morning routine might change your life. But you need to make one promise to me, to yourself right now. This morning routine is going to seem too easy. It's going to seem below you. And so you're going to be so certain that you can do something better than this, you can do something bigger, that you can take this routine and then you can like make it harder for yourself or anything. Tell your brain to shut the f up. Because if your brain was as productive as it wants to lie to you and like, you know, make you think it is, then you wouldn't be down bad, would you? You make this promise right now that what I'm about to say, you'd follow it exactly as I say, the exact numbers, everything that I say, at least for 1 week. If you do it consistently for 1 week and it's easy for you, make it harder, add more things, extend the duration of the things that we're going to talk about. And so this is what I did exactly 2 years ago for this morning routine. Now you may think it's going to start from the morning, like what time we wake up, but it starts before that. The best morning routine starts the night before. Say it with me. The best morning routine starts the night before. As soon as I would get into bed, there was one special thing that I would do. I would go onto my phone, and on iPhone at least, there's like a check option which turns it into like a list. You can just like number it or whatever, like just somehow like make a list. And I would make a list in order of exactly what I was gonna do the next day, and I would make it really realistic. And it would be so specific. The first thing I would write would be wake up. The second thing, literally, I swear to God, the second thing always on my list was shit. The third thing would be check my weight. So I would step on the weighing scale. Fourth thing would be take a shirtless picture, like progress picture, to upload onto MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal has like this section where you can like upload a picture every day with your weight. So it kind of shows you the trend. And like this was a very, very consistent habit for me. Then I would continue on with at least the morning, if not even the rest of the day. And of course I would have this list, and the next day I would miss a bunch of the things. But just having the list wrote down, it seems like generate ideas in my brain. It seems like play out the day for me so that I knew what I was doing when I would wake up. And this was the one major key that stopped me from waking up and just spending an hour on my phone like I used to do. So at the very least, I wouldn't wake up and check my phone for memes and stuff whilst I had morning breath. I would literally wake up, go to the toilet first, and I would check my phone there, which is like, obviously it's not that much better, but it's like a little bit of an upgrade. Then I check my weight, I brush my teeth and everything, and I would write this list down. Bro, do not be a little and say that you'll do this some other day. Shut the up. Tonight, before you go to bed, you make that list. Make that promise to yourself right now. Because if your brain is telling you like, oh, we can't do it today, but maybe next week, shut the up. Tell your brain right now, shut the up. You do it tonight, yeah? You write that list tonight, you write out the entire day, maybe just write out the morning, you decide, but you must have some kind of list of what to do as soon as you wake up tomorrow. The first new thing that I did in this morning routine was meditate. And you probably heard about meditation before you allow your little lizard brain to like argue with this and say, nope, it doesn't work, or I already do it. Just tell your brain, shut the fuck up. If you're watching a video like this and you need like a realistic morning routine, and like, if you need this, you need to say to yourself, you need to make it real clear to yourself, your brain can't be trusted. Am I wrong? Your brain can't be trusted, right? If you're down bad, that's because of your own decisions, right? Your brain has convinced you to make the poor, easy decisions, like the wrong decisions for the past months, years. Your brain can't be trusted. So you're going to hear a lot of limiting beliefs as I say these words, and it's going to say like, oh no, meditation doesn't even work. Meditation's garbage. Meditation's stupid. I tried to meditate, but it didn't work. Shut the fuck up, bro. Dumbass. There's a meditation app that actually worked for me. Literally all of the mainstream apps didn't work for me. I always just found them cringe as like Headspace and Calm and Insight Timer. The one app that I downloaded and literally kept on using till this day is called Medito. Just search Medito on like your Play Store or something. It's a completely free app. It's like ran by volunteers. I don't make any kind of money or anything. They recently just interviewed me because I've literally sent thousands of people there. They don't really know me or anything. I literally just thought it was like the one app that actually worked for me in terms of meditation. Download that app and it has an option for daily meditation, and the smallest amount, like the smallest amount of time that you can do is 3 minutes. So I would set on 3 minutes every single morning and at least challenge myself to just sit there and try and go through them. I'm going to be totally and utterly honest. This is kind of embarrassing. For a large amount of time, I couldn't even last 3 minutes. I know like you're trying to be funny, like, oh, it sounds like shut the fuck up. This is actually serious. Think about how serious that is, that someone could not even focus for 3 minutes. And I'm not talking about, you know, being totally present or something. I would stop the app less than 3 minutes in. Fucking hell. Guess what I would do instead of fucking finishing the 3-minute meditation? I would get up and literally start smoking weed. You don't realize how fucking down bad I was. Me and my friend went into the town center of our city to go to this barber. I spoke to him and I told him like, oh, you know, I hadn't been in town center for so long because when I would go when I was younger, I would always be anxious. Like I was always scared. I always thought people were judging me. I always thought like I was physically unsafe. I've always had like a very overactive, quite negative mind. For all of my childhood and even most of my adulthood, I couldn't even go to places like city centers and stuff without feeling unsafe, without having constant thoughts. And it was such a beautiful moment being there today, and I felt so connected to the people there. I felt incredibly safe. Like it didn't pop into my mind once that, you know, someone could like stab me. I literally used to get these thoughts like someone could stab me and everything. That progress that I made, the level of anxiety that I've reduced, is almost entirely from meditation. As I speak these words to you right now, there's no thoughts in my brain. I am entirely present as I speak these words. You don't realize like how blissful that really is. And I think this feeling of presence is needed now more than ever before. I'm not like some scientist, but like so many young people are being diagnosed with like attention deficit disorders and everything. And maybe I'm like totally wrong, but bro, I swear to God, like there isn't just a sudden like pickup in some like genetic issue. Like a decrease in everyone's attention span has just come from like technology and social media. You know, we're seeing like new data so quickly. And when you lose your attention span, you can't focus anymore. You can barely even fucking read. You read one sentence, two sentences, and your brain starts thinking about something else. How many times on this video, bro? How many times have you fucking scrolled? Like, what was it? 5 seconds into the video, you needed to scroll down to get more dopamine from the comments? Have you checked your phone whilst watching this video? Can you pay attention for a couple of minutes? Meditation is what's going to help you with that. 3 minutes of meditation. Aim for that. If you can't do 3 minutes, bro, no problem. I couldn't for a while. Just aim for it. Just go for it. And like, just destroy any limiting belief you have. Just blindly trust in the process. Blindly trust in the Medito app. Download the app. Just click on one of the meditations, 3 minutes, whatever it is, every single morning. Then the second thing that I would do straight after that, so the second new thing that I implemented for my morning routine that really changed my life, was something called gratitude journaling. This, especially if you're like kind of like a masculine guy and you're one of the lads, you'll think this is really gay. You'll literally think this was gay. I thought it was. Obviously, like, we're not supposed to use gay as an insult and stuff. Like, what, 2 years ago, like dead ass, like I was literally calling it like, this is gay as f***. I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, I hope no one reads my diary. When I look back to it now, it's like, how the f*** is it gay to like improve your mental health? That's fucking stupid as f***. And like, stop using gay as an insult, bro. Come on. Gratitude journaling is a very, very, very beautiful practice, and it's just a bit uncomfortable and a bit like weird when you first start off. But eventually, I promise you, bro, eventually it's gonna be something so unique to you. People will, hear about you, or they'll see you do it, and it's like, you'll be that guy who literally keeps a fucking journal, but you're building muscle at the same time. It's not going to be cringe. So get a piece of paper, write it on your phone, write it on your PC. I highly recommend you write it on paper. All the Spurgs seem to write it on PC, and then they say it doesn't work for them. I've never tried it on PC because I'm not a Spurg. If you're a Spurg, you can try it if you want. If you really want the benefits and you've watched this much of this video and you can like relate to what I'm saying, bro, just write it on paper. Stop being a dickhead, bro. Get a notebook, buy one on Amazon, just get a piece of paper, and all you need to do is just write the date at the top, and then just bullet point 5, 3, 7, 10, 15, 1, anything. Bullet point a couple of things that you're grateful for. So I personally write in full sentences, and I think that helps. Some people seem to just write like, my family, this table, and that can be nice. Like, that's some progress. But I think writing out the full sentence, I'm grateful for my family because, the full sentence really seemed to work for me. The way I write it is like, I'm grateful for my family because they did this and that led to this and that did this. I'm grateful for this camera that I'm recording on right now. It's a Sony ZV-1. It's been with me from about 1,000 subscribers to 430. I'm grateful for the people who made this camera, the people who were involved in making it, designing it, shipping it out to me, because this act of turning on this camera, speaking directly into this lens, has literally transformed my life, and it seems to have helped a bunch of young men too. See how powerful that was? Write it in full sentences and almost tell like a story with it as well. I'm grateful for this desk. This desk is where I've done my work for the past 2 years. I literally built a successful business from this desk. I'm really grateful for this desk, man. It's small things like this. You see how much like substance and like emotional well-being that really adds to you. Have you ever met someone who looked at the desk that they were sat at and literally heard them say like, I'm grateful for this desk? Gratitude is kind of like the scientific version of happiness. So those are the 2 main new things that I implemented in my morning routine. Just those 2 things literally transformed my mental health. Really got me from being down in the dumps to being able to make some progress. The one other thing that I did was really, really good, really healthy for me, but what wasn't new, but it might be new for you, was also exercise. So I'd start my morning routine with meditate and then gratitude journaling, and then I would do some kind of exercise straight afterwards. At the time I preferred weightlifting. I still really am into weightlifting, but 2 years ago was when we were in the lockdown, so I started going running at that point. So I would wake up, meditate, gratitude journal, and then I would go for a run. This third thing can be just any kind of exercise. Just get like some kind of sweat on, do some weightlifting, do some home workout, go to the gym, anything that just like gets your heart elevated, that is exercise. These are the 3 things that will truly transform your life. They're so simple. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. to transform your life. You just need to improve your mental health and do some exercise. Click on this video to learn more about my story and mental health. Scroll down right now and click on the subscribe button underneath this video. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Mwah.